What is going on, guys? It's Wraith back with another video. Now, before I get into this video, I just want to quickly say that I've decided to try and upload once a day instead of once every 2 days. I may miss a day here or there, like on a Saturday or Sunday if I have work or something like that, but I will try my best to provide you guys content every single day because you guys have been showing me such a good, amazing amount of support that I want to kind of give back to you guys and try my best to help you guys improve in Fortnite and provide good quality videos for you guys. So hopefully you guys do enjoy that. If you do, make sure you leave a comment down below, but let's get right into this video. And basically what I'm going to be talking about is 5 things that Fortnite needs to do to actually improve their game and try and save their game, because we all know Fortnite is not the best it's ever been right now, especially with the World Cup going on. There are so many things wrong with the game, and so many people have complained and called out Epic and got mad and everything that's going on. Everything's crazy. Pros are quitting after World Cup. So much drama is going on, but I want to kind of go around through 5 things that Epic can actually do to help change the game or save the game. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, and the first tip that I want to give Epic, so hopefully if they do watch this video, they can kind of see it. So make sure you leave a like and comment down in the description, or down in the comments, so hopefully this video kind of hits the recommended, so then actually Epic might be able to see it. But the first one I'm talking about is add Siphon back to normal pub games. Now, I know they released an article saying that Fortnite was getting too aggressive and too hard, but honestly, I don't know anyone in my entire community of friends, people I've met online who play Fortnite, Discords, anything, that want Siphon taken out and remained out. It was honestly one of the best updates that Fortnite's ever added, because it allowed the better and even average players to be a little bit more aggressive, take third-party fights. Because how annoying is it if you're dropping tilted, or even you're dropping retail or fatal, somewhere like that, you get a kill off the bat, he takes you down to around 30-40 health, right, because you don't have shield, it's off the bat, and someone comes in with a pump, 100 health, maybe a 25-50 shield, right, comes in, one pumps you, right, you only have 40 health. If you get that kill right off the bat, you're back to 95 health, 100 health, you have a better chance against a player, right? Third partying is just so annoying. It's one of the worst parts about this game that everyone hates. And actually, with Siphon, it allowed you to kind of go back and actually fight back against the third party without having to box up and heal, and it allowed players to be way more aggressive, right? Which I talked about this in a recent video. Being more aggressive and taking more fights allows players to improve quickly. Whether you're an Unreal player, whether you're a noob, whether you're just an average player, the more fights you take, the better you're going to be, right? And the more health you have, the more fights you're going to take. So it just kind of makes sense for Epic to add Siphon back into the game. I don't really understand why they say it, why they did. They said that only 10% of people wanted Siphon and it was only good for them, and the other 90% people are just frustrated and didn't want to play Fortnite anymore, which I could see is true. I don't think those numbers are reflective. I think it might be like 50-50 or even 60-40 want Siphon, because even the players that aren't good, I know a bunch of kids who are just bots, right? Like OGB Raz, I haven't brought him up in a while, absolute bot, right? And he basically told me that he doesn't want to play without Siphon, and because there's no reason for him to play, it's not as fun, he can't be more aggressive, and he's a bot, right? So everyone on the pro scale to the bad scale wants Siphon back. So they definitely need to add this back, and that would be a huge leap in the right direction of actually restoring Fortnite to its glory days. But the second tip I'm going to talk about, second kind of update they should add, is an FOV slider. Now, everyone knows basically that they removed stretch resolution, and professional players went absolutely off on Twitter, Reddit, their Twitch streams. People were pissed. Almost, I'd say probably 75% to 80% of the pro scene actually use stretch. And even the average players, you gotta think not just about the pro scene, but the average players. The average person can only buy, if they want to actually improve in Fortnite, let's say a $800 to $1,000 laptop or PC. Obviously, that's if people really want to take the game seriously. Most people just play on console. But if they do, they're spending $800 to $1,000, so their frames per second may only be 80, 110. With actually the stretch resolution, it allowed you to drop your frame, or improve your frames per second, which was actually a big deal for them. But also, it kind of gave you a good field of vision, basically, to allow you to see other people. And you're spending $800 on a computer, you should get that advantage of not only the frames, but allowing to be able to see people when they can't see you, right? So if you're on a controller on a PC, same thing, you can still go stretch, and I think it should be allowed. Obviously, if they don't want to do stretch for some reason, because people can get a huge advantage of that 1079 by 1080, then maybe they should just add the FOV slider, which basically is the field of vision right now. I think it's at 80, and people want it 90, which just means everyone, not only like PC players, but sometimes even console players. I'm not sure if this is 100%, but can actually change their FOV from 80 to 90 or whatever they do it. So you have a bigger field of vision, allowing you to see people in build fights easier. It just has a small advantage that tons of people get. Fortnite is one of the only games without an FOV slider, and I think that they should just add it back, or they should add stretch res back, because native res is trash. I don't enjoy it. Pros don't enjoy it. Normal players don't enjoy it. There's no reason to have it, right? Now, the next update I'm going to talk about is take away ballers. Now, the reason everyone hates ballers is it's not enjoyable to watch. It gives people who shouldn't have a chance at qualifying for the World Cup or even getting high in the qualifications or making money, gives them a chance. It gives people basically who aren't very good at the game a chance at winning money and not even improving at the game, right? So you might say, okay, well, I'm not very good at the game and I want to win money. But it wouldn't you say it's fair that the people who spend hours and hours and hours a day improving on their turtling skills, their 1v1 fights, to actually make the money and qualify to World Cup, rather than someone who's just an average player, sits in a ball all game, maybe gets 2 kills the entire out of the 10 game qualification, and finishes top 10 every single game, right? And then they finish top 250 in solos and they get prize money, right? I don't really think that's fair. Like, everyone utilizes them that they're in the game. Like, they're very OP. You'll see 20 people endgame, which again isn't very enjoyable. For me, watching like Fortnite stream and watching 20 ballers and 10 people, or even 20 ballers and 5 people, that's not too enjoyable for me, right? Like, I want to see fighting. I want to see close quarter fighting. I want to see 40 people all moving, turtling, practicing their builds, crazy kills. I don't want to see somebody rolling around on a ball doing nothing, waiting just so someone can break their ball and die, right? No point of that. I think they should take it out. Obviously, when it's in the game, everyone's going to use it. Like, it's a pretty big advantage, especially if you can fight without a ball too. If you take it, survive endgame, then you can pop off endgame. I think they should take it out. A lot of pros as well, but and kind of see what they do from there. And the next thing I'm going to talk about is glitches. Now, this is so bad right now. It's the worst I think I've ever seen in Fortnite. And there are so many different glitches that they've either tried to address and it hasn't worked, or they said it's fixed and it's not fixed, or just hasn't even talked about it. They haven't talked about it at all. Like, for example, the Sen Animal or Sen Aspect, I forget which one it was. He is literally in. He has a chance at qualifying for the World Cup. He pulls out his glider. He dives towards the next zone. He falls on the ground. He tries to build. He spam builds for like 7 seconds. No luck. The builds didn't place. Not one friggin' wall placed. So he just got lasered and died, right? There goes his chance at World Cup. There goes his chances at $3 million. There's so many other glitches. There's one where the console players will put traps in the middle of the builds. It either doesn't work, or it stops your field of view, allowing you to see the other player. Tilted and retail aren't showing up when people are landing there. People are readying up without like actually clicking ready up, and the audio is just terrible. Like, if you guys have been watching the gameplay and stuff, when someone's trying to break in behind your box, or like even on when you're watching Fortnite stream, there was one time where this buddy got 3 kills in a row just breaking in people's boxes. No one had any idea who's breaking in. Most players will be able to turn around and click their wall button and stop the builds, but they can't hear anybody, right? Not a fair thing. They definitely need to address all the glitches in this game, or say we're trying to work on it. We've been trying to for a while, hasn't been working on it, but at least some communication would help. Now, the last thing, and this is kind of my personal thinking, what I think they need to add, I haven't seen too many Reddit posts or YouTube videos on it or anything, is a new league, because Champions is kind of a joke, right? Like, if you think about it, there's 10 to maybe 25, 20 people endgame moving circles if you're lucky. When you go to World Cup, there's like 40 to 60, maybe even 40 to 60 people, those very small circles, and like 30 to 40 people moving zones, right? There's no practice for that unless you're doing MFAM or certain like NA East Discords like Atlantis or something. It's just not fair. For people who can actually play in the pro chord, they're having 60 to 70 people moving circles even, right? But the average player can't like actually work in the pro chord, right? Because they're not pros. So if they add a league over, let's say, 400 points and allow it so people can actually drop down from it and go back to Champions, which would help avoid W keying, then it's going to be way better for the average player, because they're going to be able to actually practice endgame scenarios like in the World Cup, right? So if you have just champions with people W keying and there's only 10, 15 people, you're not going to be ready for the World Cup. Sure, it'll be good practice, but it won't be the best practice, right? So hopefully Fortnite listens to this video. Hopefully one of them, I doubt they will, but hopefully one of the Epic employees sees this video and actually thinks about it and be like, oh, these are actually some good ideas, or people help support this video and actually get it to people's attention. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button. It takes like 10 seconds, especially if you're on a phone, it takes like 2 seconds. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I've been loving all the recent support, and make sure you comment for a future video. Have a good one, everyone, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.